Okay, yes, I was excluded from the council chamber on Wednesday at the full council meeting, and that happened because I made a speech. It was related to the Save the Ecclesall Road trees. And at the end of my speech, I made a comment about Councillor Lodge, giving an example of a time when he's misled the chamber and the public about the trees issue. It was to do with FlexiPave. I was very sure that I was correct in what I was saying, that it was true, but the Lord Mayor took exception to me saying that. I had I was exaggerated a little bit. I said he deliberately misled. I agree that was wrong to say that, so I retracted the word deliberately, but I still believe that he did mislead us, and so I refused to retract mislead as well. So I was excluded from the chamber, and then all the other opposition members, they all decided to leave the chamber as well.
So the word deliberately misleading the public, do you think that was a bit harsh?
I did not have said deliberately because I can't actually technically prove that categorically, and so I could see that seemed that was unjust of me to say it. When you're making a speech, you can sometimes pop words in and not think not as much detail about it as I ought to have. But I do believe that he has misled the public, and so I retracted deliberately. I thought that was a fair point that the mayor made.
So do you regret saying it?
Do I regret saying deliberately? Well, yes, because I retracted it. I didn't ought to have said it, but I don't regret saying misled.
So at a time when the public is being asked to respect MPs and councillors, how important it is to make sure you as councillors or MPs as well respect one another and be there as an example for the public to follow?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's vitally important that we show tremendous respect to the public and also to each other. And I don't feel that I was being disrespectful. I was simply trying to do my job, which is to scrutinise and examine and hold to account the opposition, who, for me, in my case, happens to be the ruling Labour Party. I did that. I don't think I did it. I didn't use defamatory language, I don't believe. I wasn't shouting or being disrespectful. I was merely stating a fact in this kind of voice. My voice wasn't raised. I was behaving respectfully, but I was saying something that the opposition didn't like.
So if we can come back to your exclusion, how long is your exclusion for? Was it only for that meeting, or how long is it going to take?
It was only for Wednesday's meeting, so I'm not excluded from anything. I was simply excluded from that particular meeting. I'm going in for a meeting with the legal services on Monday morning. I'm not quite sure what that's going to entail, but I'll let you know.
So what effect will that have on you? Does it have any effect or any impact?
Well, it certainly did, because it prevented me from voting on other issues. So there are, quite a lot of motions for us to vote on that I was excluded from participating in. So yes, it did affect me. I wasn't able to represent the residents of my ward in the way that I would have liked to have.
How did you feel to have seen other political parties like the Lib Dem, the UKIP, supporting you?
I was very surprised, and I have to say very pleased that they felt strongly enough about the issue that they chose to walk out as well. I can see that. I think it shows that we've reached a tipping point, that the opposition parties are deeply frustrated about the way that Labour has been running the meetings, and I'm really pleased that they decided to take a stand.